One of the real big challenges that we've been having the last couple of days is this ISO 9001-2015 context scope, the first couple of clauses, and there's been a bunch of questions coming up, and I've got to be completely honest with you, I get confused. So the best example that I can give you is when you're talking about a restaurant and you've got this big dining room where you've got a whole bunch of people serving food and you've got all the customers ordering food and having this amazing experience, and then you've got a kitchen. And when you're talking about a quality management system, ISO 9001 management system, or any of the management systems, if it's a 14001 or ISO 45001 or ISMS data security management system, it applies to all of them. What part of the organisation are you going to run it? So you will notice that there is a big difference, that sometimes you can go into an organisation and everything's out of control in the kitchen and everything's running really smoothly out on the floor where everybody's serving all the food and the waiters are running around and it's well organised. And without a management system in place, that really comes down to the leader, because the leader sets the tone, the top management set the tone, and how's everybody going to operate? So, is that person got very charismatic personality? When you then overlay a management system and you're starting to think about, well, ISO 9001 or any of the other ISO standards, where are you going to apply it? So if you're struggling with the understanding of scope and context, just talk about physically where are you going to apply it. Now, if that restaurant is a chain of restaurants and there's more of them, then which ones? So it's what part of the organisation, the kitchen, the restaurant area, and then which ones of all of the organisations? So is it going to be all the kitchens at all of the restaurants? Is it going to be the kitchen and the restaurant of all of the restaurants? Or just one country, or one area, or one town, or one city? So that's the stuff I want you to think about. I appreciate it's a really big struggle, but it is something for us that happens on a daily basis, because it's an international language that's being used in ISO 9001-2015, and it's really something to seriously think about. That sets the context then for you to look at the opportunities. There is no point in looking at opportunities for one market and another market. And when you start talking about the scope, well, what's going to work in that country, that market with those people, particularly, and there are some sensitive topics in hospitality, for example, the countries that allow alcohol and the countries that don't allow alcohol. So an alcohol campaign or a relationship with an alcohol supplier is not going to work in some countries. And that's something that's really important to consider. So when you talk about regulatory requirements and you get further down into the standard, that's a really good example of risk and opportunity. So your global CEO, your global top manager, it's not one size fits all. And so when you're talking about the quality management system and then the representative that's part of that quality management system, those people, it's drilling down to that level, and you're looking at risk and opportunity, you're looking at legal requirements, interested parties and stakeholders. Not only that, what about the type of food that you sell? Some of your audience, some of your customers, some of your hungry crowd that we talk about, they can't eat certain foods, for their belief system. So it's all those sorts of things. Is there a risk? Is there an opportunity? Is there a niche? Is there some white space that you can move into in your organisation? And that's the intention of ISO 9001, to drive all of those amazing things and give you that real opportunity to look at what's happening out there. So thinking about, okay, where does it apply? Is it going to be our whole organisation globally? Is it going to be our whole organisation in this country? Or are you a small business and it's the 5 of you, or the 10 of you, or the 50 of you in your team? Are you a school? Are you a university? Are you a manufacturing facility? Are you a factory? Are you a service centre? Are you a bank? All those different sorts of organisations. Who are your customers? Who are your stakeholders? Think about those things, and think about the amazing opportunity that you guys have got to actually help those customers. How are those customers feeling? What more can you guys do out there to make them feel amazing? That's the real magic in ISO 9001. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope we can give you some more great content that you're really going to love. We'll see you soon.